Alright guys, good evening. Guys are going to be enjoying your snow day tomorrow, and you can see around me, it's kind of hard to tell, but snow is actually coming down at a really good clip now. You can see the roads completely covered. Measured the snow just 5 minutes ago. Have a little under an inch on the ground. And as we look, my footprints are starting to become a little covered. So, in any case, though, temperatures though they've actually been dropping throughout the evening. Why has that been happening? Well, we've actually had that snow falling through that super dry air mass, and as that has happened, we have had it's actually super cold. The temperatures up, down, in all levels of the atmosphere. So as that happened, we had temperatures plummet. The snow started, it was around 28, 27 degrees. We're now down to around 24. So that has a lot of that to drop. And it could have implications as far as mixing is concerned. So we'll have to keep watching for that. But the rain snow line right now still parked out across Virginia Beach. So it hasn't really moved much at all. But I would expect that it will begin to get going within the next hour or so. We'll just have to see how much. I think the evaporative cooling is still coming into play down there, so that's why there's still snow down in Norfolk. Coming out at a good rate too, so they could pick up a quick couple inches before it's all said and done. But we're going to be in the snow for a while longer. A little bit tough to tell when we'll see the changeover. If we see the changeover, because of our location on this side of town, western side of town especially, because everything I've been looking at, the surface maps, everything, the low pressure has actually been a little bit, has developed a little bit further south than they expected, than forecasted. So if the further south, remember what I said the past couple of days, the further east the track is, south and east the track is, that further east that rain snow line gets pushed. So So that's basically the deal with that. So something really interesting. How far east does that rain snow line stop? A little bit uncertain, but I'm starting to back off on the idea of mixing for folks mainly in the western half of the metro, like Midlothian, North Chesterfield, Winterpock, Short Pump, Glen Allen, those areas. East End, I do think you guys will still see some mixing in and change over to a mix, but I'm a little bit skeptical now. And in the western portions in the metro area, I don't know. I highly doubt I doubt we see any mixing. If we do, we'll still have snow falling, but mixing with sleet. So we'll have to see what happens throughout the night. We'll keep watching the trends for you. Well, accidents are starting to come in by the numbers. So it appears that the earlier onset time, the start of the snow, than forecasted, than what the local TV meteorologists forecasted. Actually caught everyone a little bit off guard. So something that, that kind of stuff will happen. So that kind of stuff will happen. But just please, guys, stay safe, drive slowly. If it's snowing, if it's like snowing hard out there, roads are covered, please drive slowly. No sense in rushing to get home. Take it easy out there. If you don't have to get out, if you don't have to go out, don't. I highly recommend that you don't. But yeah, still coming out at a nice rate. So it's still going to be piling up quickly, and snow will continue to be heavy throughout the night tonight. If we do see a changeover, it'll probably be around 2, 3 o'clock. Or so. So I mean, in the morning, by the way, in the morning. So, but as that happens, as the low pressure begins to wrap around, we're going to see some wraparound banding, and we'll go back to some heavier snow, and we'll get a little bit more accumulating snow there before it's all said and done by early Thursday afternoon. So just something to keep an eye on, guys. Still thinking a solid 6 to 10 inches across the metro area. Thinking places like Midlothian and Short Pump will be on the higher end of that range, probably 8 to 10. East End, I'm thinking more around the range of 6 to 8. East End, downtown, 6 to 8. Mechanicsville as well. And also well as Chester. So again, I'm still looking at a very good, pretty big snow for us. So probably one of the biggest snows we've had since 2010. I do believe the Christmas Day snowstorm back in 2010, we picked up around 5 inches here. We're going to surpass that. We probably will surpass that. And we might even match us to some of the snowfalls we saw back in that winter 2009, 2010, when we saw all these big snowstorms. So just keep that in mind, guys. So it could be a pretty big snow before it's all said and done. And you know, under this setup though, I mean, it formed actually under very adverse pattern, because the weather pattern I was looking at wasn't really favorable of any snow, let alone a snowstorm. So I mean, if you had told me we would get a big snowstorm under this pattern, I would have laughed. But wow, I'm a little bit shocked, but glad we were able to get this one. So well, folks, I heard some information coming out of Raleigh down North Carolina. Still clogged up, still an absolute mess down there. Bumper to bumper traffic is just like, it looks a lot like Atlanta, what Atlanta had to deal with a couple weeks ago when they were gridlocked and some folks are abandoning cars. Same situation down in Raleigh. Folks are already abandoning their cars and getting into the folks are already abandoning their cars and walking home, and really serious situation down there. So and again, you know, that earlier start than forecast, it caught everybody off guard. So just have to be prepared for whatever happens. And still some accidents around here, so folks, be careful if you do have to go out. Well, folks, enjoy the rest of your evening. Enjoy the snow. I'll be back with another update. We'll probably be inside because it's getting a little cold out here. So well, folks, enjoy the rest of your evening. Enjoy the snow and the snow day tomorrow.